Welcome to Active Catalysts. Skip ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ I would like to tell that this video is specifically concentrating for VTU students who are preparing for Python exam. In this video, I am going to break down some of the most important fixed questions that are repeatedly asked, and trust me, if you understand these well, you are already halfway through your preparations. So these are not just the random questions. These questions are picked out from your previous year question paper, model question paper 1 and 2, and all the important questions. So no need of going with any extra questions after this video. In this video, I have covered module 1 fixed questions just for you with question, answer and explanation. This PDF will be given to you in the description box, so you can click on the link and download. Meanwhile, I am expecting at least 50 likes from your side. So let us get started with the video. Trust me, I am going to make very easy subject, that is Python, to be your favorite and easiest subject. So let's get started with the module 1. First question, which says that list all arithmetic operators in Python. So arithmetic is simple, the operators that we use in maths, that is only arithmetic operators. So let us go through the table. So you have to draw this table in your exam. So operators, what are operators? Plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus and all are operators. And operation, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and all. And you have to give an example. So let us go through first one now. So plus is a operator. What kind of operation does it do? Addition. So same thing, 10 plus 5 will be 15. Okay. Similarly, you can do it for minus. 10 minus 5 will be 5, and multiplication also, 10 into 5 gives me 50, and similarly division. Now let us little understand what is modulus, because you might have forgotten it. Okay, so I will just tell you what is modulus. Okay, let me take this same example only so that you don't get confused. So here they have written 10 divided by 3, right? This part. Okay, now how do you divide it? 3 ones are 3 3s are 9. 1 is still remaining, right? Remainder 1 is still remaining. So that 1 is written here. So remainder should be written here. Okay. I hope I am very clear. If you have not understood, just go back to 1 minute of the video and rewatch it. Okay. And if you're thinking that I'm teaching a bit slower, you can increase the speed in the settings. Okay, so I hope this is very clear to you. Let us go to the next one now. So similarly, we have next symbol, that is exponential, which is indicated as star star. That is, how do we read this? 2 to the power of 3. Okay, this is read as what? 2 to the power of 3, and answer is 8. Make sure you're taking your calculator in Python exam. Okay, then we have something like floor division. Floor division is very simple again. Consider same example, 10 by 3. 3 ones are and 3 3s are 9, right? So quotient, if you write quotient, it is floor division. If you write remainder, it is modulus. Okay. If you're getting confused, you can skip floor division. Okay, fine. Now one example I have given. Okay, so let us consider a value to be 5 and b value to be 3. Now c is equal to a plus b. So can you tell me which operator I have used? What is this operator called as? Yes, plus operator, right? What is the operation we are performing here? Yes, very good. Addition, right? So when we add a and b, we are getting the value as 8. Okay, simple example you can give. I have written example of only addition. You can write it similarly for subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay. Now let us go to the second question. Write Python program to check. We have to check now. Okay. Listen to me carefully to check whether the given number is odd or even. So first let us understand what is this odd and even number. So understand it carefully. It's very simple. if the particular number is divisible by 2, means it is what? Yes, very good, it is even. Suppose if it is not completely divisible by 2, that means it is odd. Now let me take one simple example for you. I know most of you will know this, but still I wanted to tell this. Now if I take 10 divided by 2, 2 ones are 2 fives are, so it is completely divisible. That means this 10 is even number. Suppose if I take 7 by 2, 7 is not completely divisible by 2, right? So this means it is odd number. I hope I have explained you it in a very well way. Okay, please, I request you to comment whether it is helpful to you, whether you are understanding. That will help me to make the next module video. Okay, so now let us understand the code part. By looking at the code, do not get tensed. It's very easy. I am making you very easy. Okay, first let us take the input. We need some number, right, to check whether it is even or odd. So let us take that num as the variable. So I'm taking num as the a variable, which is of the data type int. Int is integer, and I'm inputting it as I want to take the input of one particular number. What I want to display in the screen, output screen or output console, is enter a number. Okay, so when we enter a number, we have, how do we understand whether it is even or odd? If it is divisible, if that number is divisible by 2, then divisible by 2 means answer should be 0, right? Here please understand this. I'm telling you again, if that number is divisible by 2, then we will print that the number is even, or else it is what? Odd. Simple, right? So example you have to write. ನೋಡಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರೀಲೇಬೇಕು. ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವನ್ ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಕೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ enter a number. When you enter 4, it will print that this is even number. Okay, now let us go to third question. With an example, explain user defined function with return statement. Very easy, do not be scared, I am there for you. So this question was asked for 7 marks. Now let us understand. First of all, user defined function means what? So it is the function which is created by the programmer or user. It is created by whom? User. To perform a specific task. To perform what? Specific task that can be reused multiple times. If you write this much, it is enough. A user defined function is a function which is created by the programmer to perform specific task, and that can be used multiple times. Okay, is it clear? Now let us look into the code example now. Now suppose you are writing a big program, and in that big program you want to add that two numbers again and again. So instead of writing everywhere in middle of the code, add these two numbers, you can simply write function. How it is? Let us understand now. So the syntax, or how do you define a function, is first of all define. This is the keyword. You have to write this word compulsorily. Okay, so define. This is the name of the function. Add two numbers. What is the name of the function? Add two numbers. So this is the parameter. Okay, parameter means what are the variables that you're going to include. That is a comma b. Now one more variable we are assigning. The name of that variable is, yes, very good, that is result. So in result we want to add this a and this b. So a and b is getting added. So then we have to write return result. Now you may ask, instead of writing return result, I could have simply written as print result. What is the difference? Both are same only. Both will give you same output only. but the difference is in functions, while writing the functions, it is good to use written result, because this same function we are calling again and again, right? So for that reason we can write written result. Okay, I hope I'm very clear. Now similarly you can take other variables also. See, your x is 10, y is 20, and you can call the same function. It is not compulsory that you should call for a and b only. For any other variables also it will work fine. Okay, see, same function, add two numbers, is again called here, and you are printing. What is the output? 10 plus 20, right? See here, 10 and 20, that will become 30. Okay, fine. Next, fourth one. I hope very clearly I'm explaining. If you are getting any doubt, you can comment in the video section. Okay, then fourth one. What is the need? What is the need of rules of precedence? Illustrate with an example. First of all, let us understand what are the precedence order. First of all, it's very simple. Understand this carefully. Suppose if I write one big equation. Do you remember BODMAS? We had it in like 3rd or 4th standard. Same thing here. Instead of saying it as BODMAS, we are using different words. That's it. Now what it is, let us understand now. Please be careful. If you watch this video carefully, no need of again opening this PDF and studying. Okay, so precedence order, we have first whatever is inside this bracket, that is parenthesis, we have to solve that. Then comes exponents, then multiplication, this is multiplication, then division, then addition and subtraction. Okay, now why do we need this rules of precedence? See, for this also they have allocated 2 marks. Okay, I have gone through the final answer, which your teachers will check your paper, right? They will keep some answer script and check. So that is called as scheme of evaluation. According to that, you have to write this answer. Why do we need is, it gives consistency, stability. Stability means even if I solve that question or if you solve that question, in the end we should get final same answer. And efficiency. These 3 points at least you should compulsorily write. Remaining it's left to you. Okay. Okay. So rules to follow. Okay. Now let us check with question so that rules will be understood to you accordingly. Okay. So we have this question now. Okay. So according to the rules, whatever is there inside the parenthesis, here you can find parenthesis right here, that should be solved first. That is only first rule. See, solve expression inside parenthesis or brackets first. Okay, now let us solve this. What is 10 minus 4? Very good, it is 6. So that we are updating here. I hope I am very clear. Now let us look in this second line now. Look into this second line. So once you are looking into second line, after parenthesis, we have to solve whatever exponential form we have. Can you spot out the exponential form? Yes, you can find something is exponential right here. So that is only the second rule. Evaluate exponents, that is powers or roots. So what is 6 square? 36, right? Then next what we have to do is check into the next line, this line. Okay, if you get multiplication, you have to compute that first. So 3 into 36 is 108. So you have computed. Then we have plus and division. So let us check our rules once again. See, I have told you first you have to compute multiplication followed by division and then plus operator and minus. So in this line what happens is we have plus and also we have division. So first preference is given to whom? Division. So when you divide 108 divided by 6, we will get 18. Then obviously only plus is left out. So 7 plus 18 is 25. Simple, right? Okay, fine. Let us move to the fifth question now, which says explain local and global scope with an example. First, let us understand what is local and global scope. Okay, so this is the definition. If you read this, you will understand. Let me read it for you. So, a variable which is accessible only inside a function or block is called as local scope. A variable which is accessible only inside function or block. Similarly, let us take one example. So this is one function. Okay, we have to write this example, or else they will not give you full marks. Okay, so we will consider one example where this is my function, that is define display. Display is the name of the function, and in next line I am allocating the value of x to be 10. Okay, now if I print x, will it print? No. In order to print something in the function, we should always call that function. So what is that function? Display, right? Here make sure you're writing it as completely. Okay, display. So when you call this function, it will print x value to be 10. Okay, x value it is going to update as 10. One more thing what you should notice is, suppose here if you don't write complete display, only if you write dis, will it print? No. Why it will not print? Because the name of the function is display, but only if you try to print the value of x by writing dis, will it print? No, that will cause error. So that is why I have written it as error. You will understand. Just look into the example carefully. That's it. Okay. Then we will understand what is global variable. Global variable is simple, like whatever values you declare for one particular variable, right? That value will be accessible throughout the program. Okay, simple. The value which is accessible throughout the program and any function or any block of code in that program. Example let us take. Now first let us take x is 20 and we will write one function called as display, and I am trying to print the value of x. Obviously x is defined here as 20. What will be the output of x now? So in order to print, I have told you have to call the function display. It will print 20. Okay, output is 20. I hope again I am clear with this example also. We'll go to the sixth question now. Write a program for Fibonacci sequence of length n. Okay, Fibonacci sequence. So let us define one function. Define Fibonacci. They have told in the question of length n, right? So I am taking the parameter to be n. Okay, now let me take the value of a to be 0 and value of b to be 1. Why am I taking this? You will understand. Now for I in range of n, that means whatever my number is, up to that number this particular program should work, this particular function should work. Print, okay, print a comma end. End means what? Starting from a is my first number, end means last number. Okay, up to that my function should work. So simple formula, actually in maths also we use this formula to calculate the Fibonacci. What it is? A comma b is equal to b comma a plus b. Simple, right? I know you all have different methods of writing for Fibonacci, that is written fib of something like a comma n minus 1. Even that is valid. Whichever is easier for you, you can write that. But if you write this example, no, whoever is checking will think that you are very good in Python. Okay, that is why I have written this. Like if you write good codes, even if you write somewhere wrong answers, they can give you marks because you are a good programmer. Okay, then you have to input the value of n, because in question they have told you, right, you have to take n. So let me input the value of n, and finally we need to print the value of n, right? So for that I am calling the function. What is the name of the function? Fibonacci. So Fibonacci of n is been called. Simple, right? Okay, then next one, define exceptional handling. Is it difficult? No, definitely no. How is it handled? Right, divide by 0 exception code. Simple. Okay, let us understand now what is exception. So you already know that something like if I do 10 divided by 0, something divided by 0 is what error? Divide by 0 error, right? Same thing, this cannot happen, right? 10 divided by 0, we cannot do it. Suppose if you're writing a code and you want to divide it like 10 divided by 0, that cannot happen. So that comes under exception. Exception means that cannot happen, that is excluded. Simple, right? Now we have different methods, like how do we handle this exception. So very important, students, please note this: try, except, else and finally. These are the 4 keywords that we have to use to like avoid this, that is 10 divided by 0 or whatever divided by 0. If we want to avoid, we have to use this keywords in Python, that is try, except, else and finally. So try will just try and check whether this is okay or not. That is 10 divided by 0, it will perform and check. If I save this answer, will there be something problem? I hope you know Python is a interpreted language. That means it gets executed line by line. Important interview question. Then we have something called as except. Except means that is only except, like what you want to exclude this condition. So if try block, after try block, it will come and check with exception block. Similarly, it will come and check with else block, and then finally block will get executed always. That means even if try, except or else block will work or not, but in the code always the finally block will get executed. Okay, in the question they have also told us to write the code, right, for divide by 0 code. I think this we have it in our program, lab program also. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಬರಿತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬರಿಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಸಿಂಪಲಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇನು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ನೀವೇನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಟ್ರೈ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್, ಇಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಫಸ್ಟು. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು 10 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 0 ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಂಬಾಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಅ zero division error. Idu comment. Okay, what it is? It is comment. I know some of the viewers are not aware of Kannada, but ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲಿಯೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪಿಲ್ಲ. Then except means you are raising one exception, that zero division exception. Print cannot divide by 0. Simple, right? If you write this much, they'll give you complete marks. Now let us go to the 8th question. Write Python program to print area of rectangle, triangle. First let us see how do we find area of. So first of all, what is the formula to calculate the area of rectangle? See, please understand, they have asked area. Area formula is length into width. If they had asked perimeter, it would be 2 length plus width. Okay, see they can change this much in your paper, but you should be aware of it. Same thing, first we will input what? Length, then width. We have to input it. Why we are taking float is it can be something like 2.5. If you want to take decimal values, we will take float. Okay, you can take integer also if you want. Then what is the formula to calculate area of rectangle? Yes, it is length into width, and then you are printing the rectangular area. Similarly, for triangle, the formula is 0.5 into base and into height. So base and height, see, base should be taken input from the user and height should also be taken as an input from the user. Okay, same thing. Next one, write with an example, explain this inbuilt functions, built functions in Python. First one is print, then input, then length. Simple one. Let us check with one every example now. So print. Why do we use print? Yes, very good. To print the given thing, right? If you want to display something, okay, that is used for print. So purpose is output the specified message. Can you give an example for print? So if you write print hello world, in output you will get it as hello world. Simple, right? That is the use of print. Similarly, you can write something like this also. Print age 25. In output it will show as age as 25. Why we have written double quotes for age? Okay, why we have written double quotes is, if you want to print any character or string in Python, we should use double quotes. Clear alva? Similarly, next what we have is length function. Length function is used to calculate the length, that is number of letters present in one word. Now let us take one example text as Python. Suppose if I want to calculate how many letters are present in Python, I can just use the function like this. Print length of text. Text means what? This one. So if this is our container named as text, inside that text container we have the word called as Python. Okay, so I am printing the text now. So when I print it, I'll get the answer as 1 2 3 4 5 6, and yes, that is correct. Then last one. Okay, see, same thing, you can take least of numbers. I hope you know how least is represented inside this square brackets, and print the list of numbers. See, it will count 1 2 3 4 5 numbers are there, so output will be 5. If you write one example also, it is enough. Then we have input function. Why do we need this? To take the input. So name is equal to input. Why we have not written int here? Because name means either it can be character or string. So I am taking it as input, and print. You can write hello with that name if you want. If not, it's fine. You can just write print that name. It will print that name. Suppose my name is, I don't know my name. It's okay. I'll tell it in next video. Active catalysts. It will print active catalysts in output. Simple. See, they have given example of allies. Then next one, list and explain the use of comparison operators in Python. Okay, so what are these comparison operators is double equals to. Double equals to is something like, if you want to check that 2 is equal to 2 or not. Okay, if you want to check both are equal or not, we will use double equals to. And single equal to is nothing but, single equal to is called as assignment operator. That means you are allocating A to be 5. Simple. In how it gets stored is, if this is the variable container named as A, inside A 5 will be stored. I hope I am very clear with you. Now let us go to the next operator, that is not equal to. This is means not, and this is equal to, not equal to. Okay, see, just give an example. Okay, then you know what is greater than, you know what is less than, you also know what is greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Fine. Now they have taken actually one example. You have to solve this expression. How do you solve this expression? Do you remember the rules? You have to do it by yourself now. Okay, first what I will tell you how you have to do. First you will compute this parenthesis. Later you will compute this power. Later go on checking in starting way. Okay, you will get multiplication, you will compute that. Later division, then plus, and then minus. Okay, it's easy. I believe that you can do it, because my students, they study well, they understand concepts well. The only thing is they are in need of someone who can explain them well. Okay, next question is, explain the control statements, that is if, else, elif with proper syntax and example. So let us consider the example for if. So keyword is written as if and followed by, you have to write one condition followed by any statements. First we will write if followed by condition. Okay, so let us take one example now. If age is greater than or equal to 18, see, after writing condition, writing this colon mark is very important. Print adult, obviously, right? If you are greater than 18, you are adult. Elif can check multiple conditions, means see, check when do we write elif? First we will write if followed by condition and then statements. Similarly, elif followed by condition and then statements. Okay, first what happens in Python is it will check if condition. If that is not getting satisfied, it will check elif condition. See, whatever I am using the words to explain, same you can write in your own words in the exam, you will get marks. Because this PDF I have made it ready by using the textbook examples. It is according to VTU only. Okay, previously we had one question, right? That is expression we had to solve. That stepwise explanation is given here. You can pause the video and do it by yourself. It's easy. So I believe that you can do it. Okay. Then we have already gone through if and else condition. Now let us consider one example. So if marks is greater than 90, it is A grade. Similarly, if marks is greater than or equal to 75, it is B grade. Okay. Then else, when else condition gets executed is, first look at the syntax. See, if you write syntax in one example, they'll give you full marks. If followed by condition and then statement, else followed by statement. See, after else we don't write condition. Remember this carefully. Okay, we'll consider one example. You have already done this, right? If number is divisible by 2, then it is even, else it is odd. See, once if you learn one code, you can write it as an example for other examples also. Next one, develop a Python program to calculate the area and circumference of circle. Input the value of radius and print the result. So let us try now. They have told that radius value should be taken from the user. So let me take the radius value. Float. Why I am taking float? Because user can input like 3.5, right? Our program should work in every condition. That is why I am taking float. So I am going to take the input now. Okay, after I take the input, then they have only told in the question that radius value, okay, where is that? Yeah, it's here. Radius value, we have to take it from the, in the code only. So area, what is the value of radius? Radius, okay, we have been taking it from here. What is 3.14? The value of pi. So that I am writing it is here. Here you can just write 3.14. Okay, that is enough. Into radius square, right? R square. Pi r square is the formula. So r square, if you want to split it and write, you can write it as r into r. That is only radius into radius. Some of them even write it like 3.14 into r square, that is star 2. Even this is valid. Okay, both is valid. And you are going to print the area. Then they have also told to calculate circumference. Formula for circumference is 2 pi r. Now start matching here. Where is 2? It is here. What is the value of pi? 3.14. And r is radius. Simple, right? So you can write the output. See, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೋಡ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರೀಲೇಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಯಾಕೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಇದೇ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವೈ ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ List and explain some comparison and boolean operator. So what are comparison operators? Equal to, not equal to, okay, less than, greater than, all comes under comparison operators. This we have checked in the previous example also. Now let us give importance to boolean operators. See, remember, boolean and logical operators are same, so it will either return true or it will return false. See, there might be someone who is just going through PDF without the explanation. In the PDF I have not written the word true or false, but if you write true or false, they'll give 2 marks without looking with what you have explained. That is for sure. Hence it is important to go through the videos. I mean, it is equally important to listen to the class. If you have not listened now, we cannot go back and listen, but definitely you can at least watch this video, right? So we have operators like and or. Okay, logical and is simple. If two things are getting multiplied, you will get true. I hope you know this. I think you had, even if you are from bio background, you all had it in semiconductors, right? Okay, anyways, let me explain it for you. There are 3 operators mainly: and, or. This is the symbol of or, okay? This is the symbol of or, and one more is not. We have XOR also. This you will understand in I think 3rd sem. We have something subject called as DDCO. Then demonstrate string replication function in Python. See, it's very simple. String replication means multiplication. What it is? Multiplication. Suppose I want to print the word VTU 3 times. Instead of writing VTU for 3 times, I can write it in a simple way by using string replication. That is, see, result. I am taking one word variable as result and I am printing VTU into 3 because I want to print VTU 3 times. So when I print it, it will get printed like this. Okay, so hoping this is also clear. Let us go to next one. Develop a program to read name and year of birth of a person, display whether the person is senior or not. So first we have to take the name as input. That is given in the question, right? They have told to take the input of name and year of birth. So I am taking the input as name and birth here. So both I will take the input. Later they have told us to check what? Age, right? So how do you calculate the age? First we have to know in which year we are. For example, we are in 2025. That should be given to us, right? Because we will not understand which year we are. Actually we have built-in functions in Python, but if I take it, you may get confused. So that is why I am taking it from user only. So current year is taken from whom? User. So age, how do you calculate age? Current year minus birth year. If you do, you will get the age. So once you get the age, you will check whether if the age is greater than or equal to 60, that person is senior. If not, then that person is not senior. Simple, right? Yes. Next one. Illustrate the use of break and continue in Python. For this you can write the switch case statement that you have used in for first program of your lab. You have made simple calculator, right? Yes, that you can use. When do we use break and when do we use continue? If you write this, you will get 2 marks. When do we use break? Immediately, when we use break, it immediately exits the loop. Okay, and all further lines of code what you have written, that will not get executed. Continue will skip the rest of the current iteration and move to the next iteration. Iteration is nothing but you write, right, I equal to 1, I equal to 2, so that 1 and 2 values and all, it will keep on checking. Then you can give an example for break. See, for I in range of 1 to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all, it will go on checking. but when it comes to 5, when it reaches 5, it will break. Similarly, you can give example for continue. Output also you should write as I have told. Next one, write the function to check whether the number is positive, negative or 0. See, how do we check it? First of all, we have to take the input value of that number. Okay, I am taking the input now. Now, if number is greater than 0 means it is positive. Similarly, that is if number is less than 0 means it is negative. If it is not even positive, if it is not even negative means it must be what? 0, right? So this is the logic. Then, how to import modules in Python? Give syntax. First method is we can use the word import to import a module. Syntax is import followed by module name, like math. Okay, math is a library, matplotlib. From math, if you want to import the value of pi, this is how you do. How do we do it? First we will import math and later you can print from the math library the value of pi. Just like how you get handbooks in for your VTU exam, right? In that you will have specific values. Similarly, you can assume that your handbook is nothing but library in Python. In that handbook you have different formulas. Same thing here. Okay. No teacher can give this example. I have given because you can relate it. Next, also there is one more syntax to input the modules, that is from module name import what do you want to import. Okay, syntax here they have given from math module you want to import the value of pi. Both is valid. Okay, anyone you can use, but in exam you should write both the methods. Then for local scope rules of variables in Python, very important question, 2 times they have repeated. It is local. Local means it is accessible only within that function, right? Then enclosing. Enclosing is nothing but it is available only inside that function. Okay. Then global. It is not globally available. That is what you have to write. And built-in, that is predefined names in Python. Like what are the built-in functions? Print, length, input are built-in functions. This much if you write enough. You have to just remember 4 words to remember the trick of this answer. That is this one. That is LEG. LEGB. Simple, right? LEGB. I hope you can remember the trick. Last question. Write Python program to find factorial of a number. So here we are using recursion. What is recursion? You will understand. This is actually very simple. So let me consider this one function. The name of the function is factorial. We are taking the n. N means number that we are inputting. So remember, in factorial, if the value, if the number is 0 and if you are wishing to find the factorial of 0, or if you are wishing to find the factorial of 1, answer will always be 1. So that is the condition which you should know. What I told now is, if the value of n is 0 or 1, then the factorial of 0 and 1 is always 1. So that is the condition. If n is 0 or 1, my answer should return as 1. Or else, if the value is like 2, 3, 4 and all, how do we calculate the factorial? By using this formula, that is n into factorial of n minus 1. Okay, example, like if you consider 5 and if you are finding the factorial of 5, this line you can skip completely. Num equal to 5, you can just write after this as factorial of num. This much is enough, it will call. Okay, so this ends your first module. I have tried my best in covering the entire first module with concepts, with basics for you in just 45 minutes. For this, I am expecting you to like the video. Also share it in your I hope everyone has their own group, right? The college group where teachers are not present. If you wish, you can share that in the group as well, Wishing you guys all the very best. Do comment for the second module. If I get at least 5 comments, I'll think of recording for the second module. Wishing you guys all the very best once again. Notes will be available once I get completely 50 likes. Do not study anything out of it. I have given all the simple code for you. Just study this code and it's very easy to score in Python. Just follow these notes. It is very sufficient to you.